Hello and welcome back. We were looking at the data types and now we look at tuples. We've previously covered lists, and tuples are quite similar to lists. We can also access the elements via indices. However, unlike lists, tuples are immutable, so that once we've created a tuple, we cannot change the values. Technically, we define them by the presence of a comma, but it's convention to put round brackets around them. Remember that for lists we use square brackets, and now for tuples we use round brackets. So we can define a tuple like round bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 round bracket, and if we print it, it comes out as a tuple. We can use the indices just as we've done with lists. For example, starting from index 2 onwards, we print 3, 4, 5. However, if we now want to change the values of the tuple, this will fail. Unlike for lists, we cannot assign new values, so we get an error message. One other data type is a set. These are also similar to lists, but here each element can only occur once and the order in the set is not fixed, so it's an unordered collection of distinct objects, we might say. To define a set, we use curly brackets, so my set would be defined curly bracket 1, 2, 3, curly bracket. And if we print this, we see 1, 2, 3. However, because of this distinct behavior of sets, the following set is equivalent. Remember that only each element can occur once in a set. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1 is the same as 1, 2, 3. And we can see that when we print it. One of the data types we will come frequently across in Python are dictionaries. These are very common, in particular if we want to store and look up information. Dictionaries have two elements, the key and the value, and they always go together, so we have key-value pairs. The key is associated with the value, and we can use this key to access or change the information stored in the corresponding value. The value holds the content we want to associate with a key. You can, for example, think about a drawer. The key is the label on the drawer, and the drawer itself holds the content, the value. The general syntax is key, value, and so forth, and we use curly brackets to indicate the dictionary in the structure. So a very simple dictionary that we can use, for example, to describe a person would be the person, so that is the name of the dictionary, curly bracket, and then we use the key value pairs. So the key might be the hair color, or the eye color, or if they wear glasses, or their shoe size, or whatever it is. And then when we print the dictionary, we get the whole thing back. Now, we want to access the values because, as we want to say, we can use it as a sort of mini database and access the key value pairs. So we can say we want to retrieve information, so we access it with the key, or we can assign it and either append or overwrite. If the key doesn't exist, it will be added to the dictionary. If the key already exists, we will assign a new value. So for example, if we want to access shoe size, this is the key, and we get 45 back. We can overwrite the hair color. We have black before, now we have green, for example, and we can add a new key short. We don't need to do anything special, we can just overwrite or append. And now the dictionary looks like this. If we no longer need a specific key value pair, we can remove it via the del command. So for example, you can remove the key value pair associated with shoe size. As an exercise, write a dictionary that, for example, describes your favorite pizza. Use more than one topping and think how you would organize this. There are some useful functionalities for dictionaries. The clear function will remove everything, all key value pairs. The get accesses the value for the key, but does not give an error if the key doesn't exist. Instead, it returns null. You can have items. This is the tuple of all key value pairs, or the keys, or the values. We can remove the key we can remove the last one, or we can merge diction. We can practice this here. So we start with this dictionary and have all the values, for example. So this is what is here on the right, all the keys that are associated with them. Or we can have the pop function as an example here.